Good morning, children. Today we are going to start a new chapter, Sole Proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is a form of business organization. In the previous lectures, we have studied about what is business. Now we will study the forms of business, or you can say forms of business organization. Before studying sole proprietor, you should know what is the meaning of business organization or what is the meaning of business. Business in detail we have studied in the previous lectures. Therefore, business organization, you can say a business organization is an institutional arrangement to conduct any type of business activity. Any institution that is engaged in any type of business activity is known as business organization. It is an outcome of the efforts of one or more entrepreneurs who will pull together their resources and coordinate their activities to carry on business. Here what you can say, here there are one or more than two person who will come together, join their resources, work with each other, and then their efforts will be combined with each other and they will work together on a certain or specific goal. That is known as business organization or business activity is done. Therefore, you can say business organization is an economic organization. It is the foundation upon which the whole management structure is built. Therefore, you can say an enterprise which is engaged in business activity, whatever organization is there, enterprise is there, which is engaged in business activity is called a business organization, which may be run by a person or association of a person. If any enterprise is run by a person, then it is known as a sole proprietorship form of business. And if it is run by two or more than two person, then it is known as partnership. And next we will study corporate organization or cooperative societies. Next is forms of business organization. Forms of business organization, we can divide business enterprise or business organization into three categories. That is, first one is private enterprise or you can say private sector. Second one is public enterprise, you can say public sector. Third one is joint sector enterprise, you can say joint sector or you can say public private partnership. Private sector, by the name you can say that it is owned, managed and controlled by private person. It is owned, managed and controlled by private person. Here in private sector, you can say that there are many forms. They are sole proprietorship, partnership, cooperative organization, you can say joint Hindu family business, joint stock company, departmental organization, government organization. They will come in public sector. First, in private sector means sole proprietor will come, partnership will come, cooperative organization will come, cooperative societies will come, joint Hindu family business will come, joint stock companies will come. Therefore, private organization, you can say it is managed and controlled by private person. Next is public enterprise. Public enterprise, they are owned, managed and controlled by government. Here departmental organization, public corporation, government companies, they will come in public enterprise. Here you can say that here all the things are owned, managed and controlled by the government, and government can be any type, central or state government both. The basic aim of public enterprise is to provide goods and services to the public at reasonable price. Public enterprise, their aim is to provide things at reasonable price to the public, and public enterprise are set up with the basic purpose to promote social welfare. And in the case of private sector, you can say that their main motive is to earn profit. But when we talk about public enterprise, their main motive is to promote social welfare. And private enterprise, their main motive is to earn profit. Next is joint sector enterprise. Joint sector enterprise is a form of partnership between the private sector and the public sector. Here you can say it is owned, managed and controlled by private and public enterprises. So starting with the first form of business, that is sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship, you can say it is the oldest, simplest and the most natural form of business organization. In this type of organization, you can say that the proprietor or the businessman bring its own capital, manages the business himself, bear all the risk alone and takes all decision by his own. Here the proprietor uses his own skill and intelligence in the management of its affair with almost unlimited freedom. Therefore, you can say that the word sole means, which means single, and the proprietor means ownership. Sole means single and proprietorship means ownership. Therefore, sole proprietorship means single ownership. Single ownership means here one businessman is there and he is only the whole soul of the business. The legal business activity which is owned and controlled by an individual is called sole proprietorship. Therefore, sole proprietorship is a form of business where there is a single ownership. The sole proprietorship is the form of business ownership which is owned and controlled by a single individual by B.O. Wheeler. A sole proprietorship is a business owned by one person and operated for his own profit by Gloss and Baker. Next is sole proprietorship is a type of business unit where one person is solely responsible for providing the capital, for bearing all the risk of the enterprise and for the management of the business. These are some definitions of sole proprietorship. Here what else you can say? Sole proprietorship is a one-man show. One-man show. Why it is a one-man show? Because here an individual by his cleverness, courage, ability, honesty and cooperation tries to make his business a success one. A sole proprietor is an individual who carries on business exclusively by and for himself. He only arranges the finance, manages the business affairs and receives the profit. And if there is a loss, he is only who will bear all the loss in the business because it is called a one-man show. Next, we will study about the characteristics of the sole proprietorship form of business. Characteristics, or you can say features of sole proprietorship form of business. First characteristic is capital formation. Capital formation, the proprietor alone, because he is the only one who is the owner of that business. Therefore, he has to arrange necessary capital and other essential assets for the starting of the business. The proprietor or the owner himself provide the entire capital. Whatever capital is required in the business, he only arranges from his private resources or by borrowing from his relatives and friends. He only has to arrange all the capital. There will be no partner in his business because this is the sole proprietorship form of business. Here only one owner will be there. Next is management and control. The proprietor has full authority because he is the single owner. Therefore, he is having the full authority over all the affairs of the business. He is always free to take all the decision. There is no need for consultation with any other person, and the working of the concern is entirely based on his own directions and decisions. Next is unlimited liability. Unlimited liability. This liability you will study in all the forms of business organization. When you will study partnership, cooperative organization, liability in characteristic it will come. Here in sole proprietorship, the proprietor's liability is unlimited. What does it mean? It means that the liability of a proprietor is always comprehensive and unlimited. That is, if the proprietor suffer loss in his business, what he has to do, if he is not able to recover his loan by whatever capital he has put in his business, his personal property also can be seized because his liability is unlimited. His liability is not limited to the capital what he has put in the business. If his loans or his debts are not recovered by the capital, his personal property also can be seized. Therefore, in sole proprietorship form of business, his liability is unlimited. He is liable for all the debts and loans of the business. If the assets of the business are not sufficient to meet the liabilities, in that case his personal property also can be attached. Next one is limited area of operation. The scope of operation is limited because here the owner is one. His capital will be limited. Therefore, his ability and space will also be limited. Next is free from legal formalities. Free from legal formalities. A sole proprietor is free from all the any legal formalities to be compiled with its establishment of business. Sole proprietorship is subject to minimum legal formalities and government restriction. He has only put the capital, so he will always put little amount of capital and then he has to pay less tax to the government. Next is distribution of profit. Distribution of profit here you can say that here there is one owner, therefore he don't have to distribute the profit among his partners. Whatever profit he is gaining from the business, he himself will take all the profit. The sole proprietor receives all the profit of his business alone. Moreover, he bear all the losses. If he is taking all the profit, but if there is a loss in the business, he has to suffer all the loss for his business also. So you can say there is a direct relationship between effort and reward. If he will put more effort, therefore more reward will be given to him. Next is flexibility in operation. A sole proprietor enjoys the maximum flexibility in his business. Flexibility means he can change his business, expand his business, reduce his business activity. It is upon him. He is very flexible because he is the only owner of the business. He can do anything to his business. Next one is no separate entity. No separate entity means the form of business does not have an entity separate from the owner. Now big companies, what do? There are many partners, so they keep the name of the company as a separate entity. Here the owner does not have to keep the name of the of his business as a separate entity. This form of business does not have an entity separate from the owner. The proprietor and the business enterprise are one and the same. If his name is Ajay, he can name his business as Ajay Enterprise also. Next one is discretionary start and end. Discretionary start and end. A proprietor can start the business at any time without any legal formalities. Similarly, he can terminate also without any legal formalities. Trade secrecy, whatever secrets are there in his business, he don't have to tell it to anyone. All the secrets are only to himself. In this way, he can avoid competitors by retaining business secrets. Next is freedom in selection of trade. Because he is the only owner, therefore he can start any business according to his own will. There is no binding on him. He is not supposed to consult any person while making selection of his trade. And the last characteristic is personal relation. A sole proprietor, he is the only owner. Therefore, he will always have a direct relation with his customer. The business which requires personal service and attention is generally established under this form of organization. This was all about sole proprietorship and its characteristic. In the next lecture, we will study about merits of sole proprietor and demerits of sole proprietorship form of business. Thank you.